Lily was a young girl who loved to play outside. She liked to climb trees, ride her bike, and explore new places. She was always curious and adventurous, but sometimes she got into trouble. One day, she was playing in the park with her friends. They saw a big hill that looked like a fun challenge. Lily wanted to be the first one to reach the top, so she ran ahead of the others. She didn't notice the sharp rocks and thorns on the way. She tripped and fell, scraping her knee and cutting her cheek. She cried out in pain and fear. Her friends came to help her. They cleaned her wounds and put bandages on them. They told her to go home and rest. Lily felt ashamed and embarrassed. She didn't want anyone to see her scars. She went home and looked at herself in the mirror. She saw a long red mark on her cheek. It looked ugly and scary. She hated it. She wished it would go away. She tried to hide it with makeup, but it didn't work. She tried to cover it with her hair, but it didn't help. She tried to avoid people, but they noticed anyway. Some people were kind and sympathetic. They told her it was not a big deal, that it would heal soon, that it didn't change who she was. Some people were mean and cruel. They teased her and called her names. They said she was ugly, stupid, clumsy, and worthless. Lily felt hurt and angry. She didn't know what to do. She wanted to fight back, but she was afraid. She wanted to run away, but she had nowhere to go. She felt alone and hopeless. She thought no one liked her or cared about her. She thought she was a failure and a mistake. She stopped playing outside. She stopped talking to her friends. She stopped smiling and laughing. She stayed in her room all day. She cried herself to sleep every night. One day, she heard a knock on her door. It was her grandmother. She had come to visit her. She opened the door and hugged her. She saw the scar on her cheek and gasped. "Oh, my dear, what happened?" she asked. Lily told her everything that had happened. She told her how she fell, how she got hurt, how she felt ashamed, how people treated her, how she hated herself. Her grandmother listened patiently and gently. She wiped away her tears and kissed her cheek. "My sweet girl, you have nothing to be ashamed of," she said. "You are beautiful and brave and strong." Lily shook her head. "No, I'm not," she said. "I'm ugly and weak and stupid." Her grandmother smiled sadly. "No, you're not," she said. "You are wonderful and smart and amazing." She took Lily's hand and led her to the living room. She showed her a photo album on the coffee table. "Look at this," she said. She opened the album and pointed at a picture of a young woman with long blonde hair and blue eyes. "Who is this?" she asked Lily. Lily looked at the picture and gasped. "That's you," she exclaimed. Her grandmother nodded. "Yes, that's me when I was your age," she said. Lily looked closer at the picture and noticed something else. "You have a scar too," she said. Her grandmother touched her own cheek and a faint white line ran across it. "Yes, I do," she said. "How did you get it?" Lily asked. Her grandmother sighed. "It's a long story," she said. "But I'll tell you if you want to hear it." Lily nodded eagerly. "Yes, please," she said. Her grandmother smiled warmly. "Okay then," she said. "Let me tell you about the scar." Her grandmother began to tell Lily about the scar on her cheek. She told her how she got it when she was a teenager during the war. She told her how she joined the resistance against the enemy who invaded their country. She told her how she fought bravely for freedom and justice. She told her how she was captured by the enemy soldiers who tortured her and tried to break her spirit. She told her how they slashed her face with a knife as a punishment for resisting them. She told her how she escaped from their prison with the help of some friends who risked their lives for hers. She told her how she survived the war and rebuilt her life after it ended. She told Lily that the scar was a reminder of what she had been through, what she had done, what she had lost, what she had gained. She told Lily that the scar was a part of who she was, a part of her history, a part of her identity. She told Lily that the scar was not something to be ashamed of, but something to be proud of. She told Lily that she was not alone, and that she had family and friends who loved her and supported her. She told Lily that she was not hopeless, that she had dreams and goals and talents. She told Lily that she was not a failure, that she had strengths and skills and achievements. She told Lily that she was beautiful, not despite the scar, but because of it. She told Lily that the scar made her unique, special, and interesting. She told Lily that the scar showed her courage, resilience, and character. She told Lily that she loved her, no matter what. Lily listened to her grandmother's story with awe and admiration. She felt a new respect and appreciation for her. She felt a new connection and bond with her. She felt a new understanding and acceptance of herself. She looked at her grandmother's scar and smiled. "Thank you for telling me your story," she said. Her grandmother hugged her and smiled back. "Thank you for listening to it," she said. They sat together on the couch and looked at more pictures in the album. They laughed and cried and talked. They shared more stories and memories. They felt closer than ever. Lily felt happier than she had in a long time. She felt hopeful about the future. She felt confident about herself. She looked at her own scar and smiled. What is the name of the main character in the story? A. Lily. B. Lucy. C. Lila. D. Lisa. How did Lily get the scar on her cheek? A. She was bitten by a dog. B. She was burned by a fire. C. She was cut by a knife. D. She was scratched by a thorn. Who came to visit Lily and told her about their own scar? A. Her mother. B. Her father. C. Her grandmother. D. Her grandfather. How did Lily's grandmother get the scar on her cheek? A. She was in a car accident. B. She had a surgery. C. She was in a war. D. She had a birthmark. What did Lily's grandmother tell her about the scar? A. It was something to be ashamed of. B. It was something to be proud of. C. It was something to be ignored. D. It was something to be removed. Answer 1, A. Lily. Answer 2, D. She was scratched by a thorn. Answer 3, C. Her grandmother. Answer 4, C. She was in a war. Answer 5, B. It was something to be proud of.